Kaizer Chiefs will take to the iconic Moses Mabhida Stadium before their highly anticipated clash in the Betway Premiership against Orlando Pirates. Now, of course, this weekend they'll do battle against a high-flying Sekhukhune United outfit who currently find themselves in third place. Are they going to challenge for league honours? What have you made about hometown hero Andy Boyeli? Will Amakhosi's lack of activity in the transfer market cost them once again? Well, standing on my right is African football expert Mokgale Sathegke. He's going to be with me to unpack this clash. You're watching Soccer Betting News.
Thank you so much, Dishi, for welcoming me. Good day to our listeners and happy 2025 to our listeners.
Mo, let's actually start with the lack of investment this transfer window. Amakhosi yet to announce any signings.
Yes, man, the transfer window is the January transfer window is normally the most critical and challenging one. It depends on the availability of the players that a certain team would like to lure to their team or to bring in their team. And if those players are not available, the team won't likely sign any player.
Yeah.
It also depends on whether it's a need for the team to make those signatures or not. And I mean, it's a very short stint of a transfer period, because I think on the 28th of January they are closing it for good. So certain teams that needs to beef their squads, they need to act swiftly and quickly in terms of beefing up their squads and making sure that they become competitive for the second half of the league.
Yeah, well, of course, as you mentioned, the transfer window shuts on January 20th, days before the Soweto Derby. You wonder what will happen between now and then. Now, looking at that squad, where should they actually improve?
I mean, Kaizer Chiefs, I just think they are okay from the look of things, from where I'm standing. They are okay. I think they have a crop of young, good players and experienced players. They just need to find, combinations within the squad. It's not a train smash. They just need, Nabi needs to just figure out which players click together, which players bring results when they are on the field of play. You can't be rotating your team the whole tournament and saying the whole season and saying that it's an experiment. You can't experiment for that long in the PSL, because right now when he wakes up, it's the second half of the league where the points matters the most.
Yeah. Well, of course, it hasn't been a season to remember for marquee signing Gaston Sereno. The former Sundowns man has been blowing hot and cold all season long.
I mean, at Chiefs and Pirates, you'll have that. I think there was an issue about discipline when it comes to him and so forth. And I'm just trying to check if the teams are not using discipline measures or policies just to put him on the side at the present moment to deal with whatever differences that they have with him, so that when he goes back on the field of play, he is mentally and emotionally ready. I mean, we can say the same thing about Mokgale Sathegke at Pirates. So whatever teams are doing to instill discipline and maintain discipline when it comes to the players, that's up to the teams. And I think whatever that they are implementing, it's measures that they are implementing, it's for the best, and they are what works for the team. So let's see if he will be available for the Soweto Derby or not.
Yeah, of course. Well, earlier today, Chiefs did host a open media day, and we saw Sereno actually training with a squad. There was also the goalkeeper, Fiastre Intawari, training with a squad. And what have you made about his season so far? Is he going to be the shot stopper? Is Bavuma going to be the shot stopper? Or are we going to see Peterson maybe?
I mean, look, that's why I'm saying to you, there's nothing wrong with the Chiefs players. I mean, it's just trying to find perfect combinations. For China to be where he is now at Orlando Pirates is because Reverio gave him a chance and he entrusted him to be the number one goalkeeper, and he even sold Ofori without any hesitations. So I'm just saying that with Nabi and his technical team has to somehow find it to work with the current crop of players that they have. They've got quite good and talented players. You just need to unearth that talent. You just need maybe to go extreme in terms of discipline and so forth. I mean, VV is supported. I mean, we know that all of Mandla Nzingas here at the Orlando Pirates. We can also talk of Helmig. I think it's Helmig or Helric. The
Bafana.
the strengthening coach at Orlando Pirates. He's got so much impact. He was so happy. There was an article on Tuesday that went out when they chose the CAF group stages qualifying teams. Three Orlando Pirates players that are there. He was so happy. He even said, "I'm so happy that the players that I trained and made sure that they bring that I get the best out of them, made it to the CAF group stages top team." You get my point. So at Chiefs, something like that needs to be done. There need to be extra excessive measures to make sure that they get the best out of the current players.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you mentioned discipline because for me, that starts at the top. Now, Nazruddin Nabi has been in the headlines for all the wrong reasons following their 1-0 defeat to Golden Arrows, where he was shown a yellow card. Of course, an accumulation of yellow cards means that he will miss this fixture as well as the Nedbank Cup clash with free agents. What have you made about that?
Look, you can't fault the coach on reacting in terms of what he thinks the officials are doing wrong to his team. It happens everywhere. Carlo Ancelotti, it happens to big coaches, Jose Mourinho, it happens to all of them. It happens to Pep. It used to happen to Sir Alex Ferguson. It happens to them. Remember, the coach is there. He can see everything and stuff. So once he start feeling that there's a need for him to react from the line on the pitch, because once everything gets out of the captain's hands in the field of play and not maybe contesting those unfair decisions, the coach feels like there's a need now for him to, to step up and show that I'm the man in charge of this boat and I don't like 1, 2, 3. So you can't really fault him that much, but he has to know that, to survive. When you're playing tough games, when you need points the most, you need to also have self-discipline as a coach. It helps you because now you're killing the team. You're going to play very important games, 2 games. He's going to play Sekhukhune. He's not there on the sidelines. He's going to play free agents in the Nedbank Cup. He's not there on the sidelines. The next fixture is Orlando Pirates.
Yeah.
And what? Then the planning now becomes a very different dimension and a very tricky thing to maintain towards when going to play Orlando Pirates.
Yeah. Well, what have you made of him at Kaizer Chiefs so far? I mean, they come into this round of fixtures in 6th place in the DStv Premiership, in the Betway Premiership, rather.
I mean, look, he has given a lot of young players a chance. He has rotated the squad, and now after what he has done in terms of the trial errors and tribulations that he was talking about, that he is currently testing the team, at least for now, in terms of the number of games that he played, he should be having his first trusted 11 at Kaizer Chiefs, whereby he knows that I'm putting this 11 consistently for 5, 6 games in a row, and if I don't get results, it means I'm a failure. But at this current moment, I don't see that because he rotates the squad now and then. It's like he's still testing the players. And I mean, look, time is no longer on his side. Supporters, they want results because of the type of team Kaizer Chiefs is. He must understand that he's not in a small team. He's not there to test and everything. He needs to get the ground breaking and the ball rolling in this present moment. He need to start. He need to start getting proper results.
Yeah. Well, of course, he's going to have his homework cut out for him this weekend as he comes up a Babina Noko outfit who have kept 4 league clean sheets across their previous 5 league appearances. It's incredible defensive work there.
Yes, man. I mean, Sekhukhune, we know, man. You can see certain players at Sekhukhune rising up. I mean, for instance, look at Linda Mtambo. Those 4 games that he played, that they were unbeaten. You can you can check the stats. The team is now. The team now is now getting to the fact that they lost certain players that they trusted and that they used to Elias Mugwana, for instance, and so forth. So now the team is coming back to reality that, you know what, with the current crop, we still have to get results. Because these are professional players and we brought them to the team knowing that they are capable and we can entrust in them to give us proper results. I'm very much happy with what Sekhukhune has achieved so far, and if they continue in this form, they will find themselves playing the CAF Confederations Cup next season again.
Yeah, couldn't agree with you more over there. If you were a Kaizer Chiefs striker, you're watching that defense, 4 clean sheets and 5 league appearances. How do you break them down?
You need to crack them down. I mean, like I said, I still believe that Shimaviro has to be the answer for the mighty Amakhosi because they've got a lot of potential of young players that comes from the inside when they have the ball. So Shivaviro must just place himself in good positions to bury those chances, and Chiefs can get results. You can see. I mean, Mabasa at Pirates, it doesn't take him 34 games. He can flop the first 2 games if he was not starting games, but after the third game or so whatever, he goes back to being Mabasa, understanding how. Mofokeng plays, has an understanding how Ngota plays, placing himself in good positions because he understands Tito and he knows how for him to score goals, how does he have to position himself to bury those chances. So Chebedero need to start thinking along those lines when you look at young players like Sfiso Ilagazi, the Zwanis, and he needs to start thinking along those lines. How can he capitalize in terms of playing with those young players?
Yeah. Well, speaking of strikers, Sekhukhune United hitman Andy Boyeli has scored a hat-trick last time out against SuperSport United. Of course, that follows his goal before that, which means he's got 4 in his last 2.
Yes, man. I mean, Boyeli is quite a phenomenal striker. You can see the runs that he takes in the box. You can see how he tries to bully defenders when you're watching Sekhukhune games and everything. Sekhukhune needs that because they've got good position football players. I mean, whatever that we can say, Linda Mtambo always stand out and shows leadership capabilities when Sekhukhune plays. He always give the team that spirit and everything. And I mean, they've got good football players. They also have this guy that they bought at Sundowns.
The winger, the number 7 jersey, I believe, Ledlaku, or
No, the midfielder.
the midfielder.
Yes.
I know who you're talking about. He's been absolutely incredible.
Yes. I mean, they got him there at Sundowns, and I mean, he's doing wonders there in the middle of the park. So, I mean, it's just a matter of players showing up and getting up to the expectations and giving results and making sure that they pay back the team in terms of with wins.
Yeah. Well, with that being said, give me your prediction this weekend.
This game is going to be very tough. If it's not a draw, I look. I'm praying and wish that Chiefs steal it away because it will be a morale booster. It will be. I mean, we need the Chiefs fans on the 1st of February at the FNB Stadium for the derby. We don't want them to be sitting home and say, no, we are protecting our own sanity and whatever. We don't want to be upset by Pirates because Pirates will get their humiliators based on the current form. So they need to get good results in this upcoming 2 fixtures that can boost their morale and the confidence of the team. So I see Chiefs winning 1-0 or it's going to be a draw.
Yeah. Well, football fans, you heard it right here from African football expert Mokgale Sathegke going on a double chance on Kaizer Chiefs. Do let us know in the comments if you agree with him. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. From all of us in studio, thanks and goodbye.
It's a show me.
For more soccer betting tips and previews, get the latest copy of Soccer Betting News for only 10 Rand at your nearest Hollywood Bets branch or news agent.